I fucking made it. I thought I was in trouble too.
My genealogy genie. If you're reading this, it means you've locked in 49 blood relatives. Congratulations. I knew you could do it. There are 2 more entries on the family tree I'd like you to consider. These last 2 are optional. You can summon me whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth. So make sure you're ready.
Okay. Who was EC? Well, it's this guy. Farmhand. Eric Campbell. I don't know who EC is. Okay. So yeah, I was pretty sure that was EC. Which makes sense. That's why there's leftover face like that. We know... Oh god, where was that? The Sam tab? Bring Sam to the bottom so it's easier to find. EC and John. And then it says his roommate, right? Right, John for now. Alright. The optional people are the gay erasure adoptive dads. I can... I don't know where the fucking document is. Let's see. Ernie, it's kids look at advert. Nope. Scandal. Baby Samantha. Elias hid her away with this local farmhand known as EC. What is the crime against a family member? EC and John. I don't think it's in here. Okay, so let's go, where is it? This. A Life Between Wars. No, I need the sequel. Is it under documents? Okay, revisit in the diary. That one's harder to spot at a glance. Sam. His roommate, Mr. Miller. So it's John Miller and Eric Farmhand. They just have like very literal names. Yeah, he was a miller and he was a farmer. John Farmer. Which somehow is, what does EC stand for? Besides extra credit. Confirmed bachelor. Ernie. Elias and Ernie are around as names, but those are not for them. God, we're so close. I mean, technically already won, but I want to know. Here's all the photos. He's just there in the background. Not mention any of the text because no one cares that he's there. It was the Anderson farm, I think. Which is not one of the two letters either. Sam, EC and John. Yeah, the old Anderson farm, but oop, didn't mean to click on that. Sure. Ooh, the Butler County Times is a consistent ads for tours and demonstrations at the first Anderson maple farm for a very long time. The farm also appears every so often in a section about things to do in Butler County. It seems that twice each summer, Roottree Candy Company's current head of farming, Miss Cattrall. Is his last name Cattrall? Cattrall. I know that name's been elsewhere in the family, obviously, but I'm like, is that a connection? I wonder. Did someone in the family marry in? It's the only C we have related to farming. Miss Cattrall returns to Butler County to demonstrate how 5 pieces were made at the beginning of the century. The demonstration provides free samples of the original 5 flavors. They cost quite a lot to attend and sell it every time, so the Butler County Times recommends getting tickets the moment they go on sale. The ads and blurbs do not have any other relevant information for your search, however, you do learn of the farm offers discounts on Tuesdays. That's an all new page, isn't it? Yeah, Anderson Maples. EC. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside farmhands EC and John. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother, chimed in. What is his name? Is there an actual hint somewhere? Conquistador. Five magical flavors in every box. G, E, E, C, C, E, and M. Gwendolyn. Elias. Extra. C, E. M. There's only one M. Was he excommunicated from the family for being gay? Egg cream. The flavors are inspired by their children. The order is grape, elderberry, egg cream, cinnamon extract, and melon. So Margolite's there, but Miracle isn't. And that's why he's framed this high up, isn't he? Okay. Y'all have a gay son. You didn't want to admit to, did you? Elias Jr. Are there other E names? There's the Edward. Look, a Catrell married in here with Sam. No, his name is Roottree, isn't it? Egg... Egg cream Roottree. What is your... Because EC is your initials, right? Because C... There's C, EC and CE. Clancy Edward. Names. They joked about it. I remember once receiving a certified mail for an Edward Clancy Roottree. I had to break the news that they got my father's name backwards. Or is his brother fucking named that? Alright, I didn't take it. Or it's just Edward Clancy? His name was discontinued? No. It is John Miller, right? I think I'm right about that part. Is it gonna lock in when I do it? Do I get confirmation? Damn it, I thought I was onto something. It's stupid that his name would be his brother's name backwards, but I was like, that's EC. It's like, and they thought it was a misunderstanding. Miracle, Eli, or Clancy. His father and Grandma Gwyneth's father were named Edward and Clancy. That's where Pop's names come from. His name is Clancy. His name is Elias. So his name is Edward, right? Do I remove Clancy? No? Ah. Is he still a farm? I mean, he's dead probably by now, but... Would we think he was still a farmhand? Is there the slightest hint of where to go? Notable root trees has 2 clues? We verified that red is a red herring. Rootree Sisters, Carl Roottree, Elias, Gwyneth Roottree. Nothing relevant here. Your articles. He was one of the 5. It seems. What's the 5 pieces? They still sell well to this day. History of Candy, Volume 2. Volume 1. That's where I got the articles from. Watchman of the Year. Every 10 years they publish the full list again. Elias and Carl. You may be able to find individual articles issued throughout your periodical search. Do I add Elias or Carl? Watchman of the Year in local news? Of the Year. Business Watch. No. I never got much from this. I'm like, is there something to get from this? Elias Roottree in 1936. Yeah, that always felt weird to me. I never was able to figure out what the fuck point of that was. Aloysius Herring Roottree. Edith. Oh, these are the weirdos that were breaking in to the of Eden. That shouldn't be relevant at all. Gila Ruse. Whatever comes up with the curse, because the curse hasn't really gone anywhere. I just wonder if there's any weird surprises here. 5 presidents, 3 of them died mysteriously. Connect the dots to create a Mayan ruby skull. I don't know what the fuck this means. Nothing reveal. Wait, You begin to read the site and come to the conclusion that the words "no relevant results" isn't a strong enough description for what you're seeing here. It's a massive column of technical terms that aren't real and confusing rants you can't find any meaning in. Regardless, it won't help your search. So searching that did actually bring something up. And the one about Operation RT29, I think I meant, did I never look into these? I meant to. You find more conspiracy websites. Some people out there claim that the Roottrees are changing the candy recipe to include more and more chemicals. I mean, it's always 100% chemicals. That's what chemicals are. And that this was done in cooperation with bad actors and an unknown government. They claim that due to a loophole in the calendar, it's possible to get away with nearly any crime on a leap day, so long as it isn't discovered until after the day is over. And that every 4 years in a leap year, the Roottree Company hosts a meeting with foreign agents to conspire to poison our children. Their proof is that Roottree candies contain polyglycerol polyricinoleate, an ingredient of the candy that wasn't there when it was first released. They claim it is added in an attempt to addict people and eventually induce mind control. The website claims to sell pills that counteract this effect for children that have already eaten Roottree candy in the past. You do an additional search of polyglycerol, and it seems that to be an emulsifier in chocolates approved by the FDA and widely used across many productions. Why wasn't looking that up just a job for me to do? You think I would look that up? Just fucking jamming away. Time Cube is what it's called. What is EC's name? John Miller seems right. That seems easy. Did Samantha say or write anything? Also, am I supposed to connect the parts of these in the ad? What even is an elderberry anyway? E for elderberry, yeah. G for grape. M for melon. Is there a relationship between their names besides the first letter? Margolite. Yeah, I don't think that's how I'd get melon from that. Gwendolyn. Grape. No, that's not gonna help. Just the first letter. We already have that part. Wilkins. It's not going to be on here, right? The only C's do not have E's. C-E... E... Oh, it's EC? Yeah, no, I got it. So I would have looked for the C's. This fucking picture, oh my god. What is your name, sir? Give me those Shinigami eyes. So I can tell what your name is floating over your head and also when you're gonna die. Which was probably already. Damn, I might need to take a break. I'm running out of time. Ugh. So we had this thing. Sam. Eli is not. We know who Eli is. EC and John. This is all about Clark, so that's not going to matter. But the other document. This is the most writing we have to go off of. A school assignment about anger. I got angry when I met a new girl who I did not like. Yeah, this was weird family stuff with Sam. She was dirty and did not have a pretty dress. Me and Pop walked home in town and she hugged him. When I told her he was my Pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled at her, and Pop said to treat her nice. Then she said, "Your Pop is my dad." She screamed it loud in my ear. She was lying. to me, and lying's not a nice thing, so I pushed her too. Then I got in trouble and Pop took her away. He told me not to worry. I'm glad she's gone. Does the backward name matter or not? Elias helped. That's not... We know who Elias is, though, so that's not EC, right? Elias is your Elias in advertising. That's not the EC Roottree that we're trying to find here. Oops. Confirmed bachelor. Patsy. Is there anything about Patricia Christensen? Christensen Steel was a steel company in Butler County. On a World War II history page, you find that it contributed to the war effort by creating parts for vehicles, but after that, went out of business. Christensen Steel and Patricia Christensen both are mentioned in a book review for Steamy Correspondence by Tina Angelina. There's a book of historical letters with an erotic twist. Each letter is accompanied by context from the book's author. A letter from the book has been added to your pages. Oh my god, the grid. It's even again. Steamy Correspondence. Historical letters with an erotic twist. Created by Tina Angelina. In 1934, someone who goes by Patch wrote a letter full of innuendo to an unknown gentleman who it is clear she had a romantic history with. Patch is thought by the book's author to have been Patricia Christensen, a daughter of the owner of Christensen Steel. Her nickname was Pat, and CH were the first two letters of her last name. Patricia Christensen was also known to appreciate wordplay like this. Patricia, who would have been in her mid-20s when the letter was written, was married to an older man of no notable status. This letter was most definitely not to him. There are also a few passages after the steamy bits that mention a daughter, leading Tina Angelina to theorize that the letter was written to the father of a child she hid from society in some way. The letter ends on a mention of a twisted twin that seems to evoke imagery from classic literature. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic tale ever told. How awful is it that such a beauty was ripped from its rightful place, and worse, sent to live in the possession of your brother's twisted twin? Left an outcast, forced to a life of labor under a wicked relative, it's like something from the start of a children's fable. She deserves not the life she has been sentenced to. I can't stand to be apart from you both. Someday I shall return to you, and I pray that he has not corrupted her to know his sins. I swear that on that joyous day, with all the strength I can muster, I will fight for your child's freedom. Let us pray her fable has a happy ending. Tina has no theory for what the more cryptic parts of that mean. Sent to live in the possession of your brother's twisted twin. So you're in love with Elias. So is the idea that these two are twins? They do look a lot alike, actually. But what would his name be? Did they get twins that had backwards names? Like, that's the only thing that makes sense, is this weird bit about names. Edward Clancy Roottree. I'll copy paste it to make sure it's perfect. Is that not it? There's no like spaces by accident. These last two are optional and won't lock in until you say I'm ready. You can summon me whenever you wish, however this will... You have to fucking commit in one click? I mean, Twisted Twin implies like the name Twisted, right? And that's a name that was addressed. Okay, so here I've been waiting for it to lock in, but no, I can only lock in by clicking the pass or fail button. If I click this button, the playthrough ends, and I either find out that I was right or I was wrong, and I don't get to try again. That's stressful for a fucking playthrough that I'm recording. But there's a lot of evidence that that's his name, as silly as that is. I don't have to type it. Do I have to fucking... Oh, Jesus. Wait, hey. I have to type it the way the game types it, don't I? Miller, comma, John. Roottree, comma, Edward Clancy. Roottree, comma, Clancy, Edward. Roottree, comma, Edward Clancy. Miller, comma, John. Yeah, that's how all the names work all game. I probably have to do it that way. Didn't change it. Fuck it, let's click it. Confirm. Here's the optional entries you found. What? Oh, because of the spouses? What was that flash?
So, you thought EC was Edward Clancy Roottree, and his partner was John Miller?
Okay, well you voice acted that, so at least I didn't make that shit up.
That's exactly what I needed to hear.
Oh.
I'm Sam Madsen, though you know me as Samantha Roottree. Yup, I got old. The only picture you have of me is from 40 years ago. My book tells the truth about Elias, of 5 pieces, and my parents. Not my biological parents, Elias Jr. and Patsy. My fathers. Edward Clancy Roottree and John Miller. By now, you've either read Lauren's diaries, or you're just an incredible guesser. Lauren was right. I hated the 5 pieces. She just didn't know my full reasoning. My father, Edward Clancy, was a great man, but his identical twin Clancy and his father, Elias, were not. At age 16, my father was caught kissing a farmhand. Back then, they wouldn't even acknowledge gay people existed. Having one in the family was unthinkable. The same year, I was born. A bastard granddaughter. 2 stains on Elias's perfect family. He decided to fix both. They tried to erase Edward Clancy. They even removed his 5 Pieces flavor. His name was deemed a dirty word. He became EC. We were sent to the farm, and the 5 Pieces did their best to keep the next generation away, to isolate me from family. But Elias couldn't erase us from existence. Laura never realized I was the little girl from her diary. Who could blame me for being so confused that day? Her father was an exact copy of mine, except without the beard.
That's why they're twins, and she hadn't met the other twin. I was like, what is the deal with that confusion?
And while the 5 Pieces celebrated a new factory, farmhands did the real work. It's a fluke there's a picture of my father at all, but there he is in the background. The 6th 5 Piece.
It's funny that I kept predicting that twins would come up in a game like this because it's such an intuitive problem to have, but like, I think there's like 3 different sibling groups that I thought would have twins, and none of them turned out to ever be twins. But then the fucking final mystery was twins.
Patsy returned, and things got complicated for Elias. She fought for my freedom from a life she deemed unworthy. Elias relented so long as I never learned the truth or receive inheritance. They knew I'd help my father.
I was gonna say based Patsy for helping out, then I remembered that she was extremely homophobic. So she just was trying to help her daughter, but she fucking sucks.
At Elias's will reading, I learned part of the truth. The rest I learned at home. I began to hate the 5 Pieces. My father made me stay silent. He was worried history would repeat and that his grandchildren would become outcasts. His fears weren't unfounded. As you know, my son Ernie died a few years ago. He had trained to take over as president. But due to family politics, or perhaps hubris, it went to Guy, a real Roottree. He nearly ruined the company. When Ernie took over, he saved the operation. Over 13 years, he made the family billions. Ernie earned about $36. They got by on Debbie's salary, but when he fell ill, he couldn't pay his medical bills. His death was my tipping point.
So he saved the company but was paid nothing, and so he was dying from medical bills?
Originally, my book was meant to expose Elias's hypocrisy. Until I started to look into the other dirty laundry. Ron tried to have Robbie removed from the trust, but couldn't. Robbie was a blood relative, even out of wedlock.
It's very funny to me that she's like, I'm doing an old people voice. They couldn't possibly find an old woman to voice act. GLaDOS was busy that day, and she's the only old woman in all of voice acting. Everyone in all of video games and anime just gets to do an old person voice, even though that's the only voice they have in the game, so it's not like she had to age.
That sounded familiar. The Clancy Trust that Elias established was designed to secure his family's future. His entire family's future. He couldn't write exceptions in without the whole thing falling apart. My book can definitively prove that Elias was not the paragon of virtue he's heralded as, and that my daughter and granddaughters are just as much family, at least in the eyes of the Trust, as anyone else.
I never learned what the rectangle meant.
The Clancy Trust will secure their future. They can decide what to do with their shares. But I'm old, and I'm not in it for the money. The truth has been eating away at me for years, but now I can set the record straight, thanks to you. As someone who enjoys searching for the truth, you might understand the power it has. Whitewashing the past to protect the status quo can lead to repercussions in the present and future. So thank you. You knocked it out of the park. With your expert work, the truth will come to light. And when it does, my share of the Clancy Trust is yours. Like I said at the beginning, set for life. Looking at the family tree on your wall, Now with my father's, everything finally feels complete. Unless a whole lot more Roottrees somehow appear from thin air, this is the last time I'll come knocking. Thanks again, and so long.
Huh. I'm not... Thanks for your hard work. Sam Manson's book was published. It had received mixed reviews. Life went on and a new president took over the company. The Roottree family faded from the news cycle. And then everything changed. There's another mystery to solve. Roottree Mania is unlocked in a new game. So now I have like a sequel. I am a secret Roottree. That's funny. Alright, I guess next time I'll check out the weird DLC expansion epilogue thing, or whatever it is. That was fun. I had a good time doing it. I don't know if I 100% understand what I accomplished, like, diegetically in the narrative. Because it really does feel like I was just retracing the steps that she had already knew, and I gleaned zero new information. So am I just a peer review person? Because that seems like that seems like a corrupted data, because she gave me via process elimination, I saw things via process elimination, which is a valid way of playing through the game, and the game tells you that. But like, I somehow had a family tree shape preemptively, and I was literally given a list of names, and that's the only names I could use. Except the last two at the end there, yeah. But like, it does feel like I was just like retracing steps that were partially, like they put their finger on their hand on the scale or whatever a little bit, so it was like, I don't know if that's legit. Either way, it's fun. It's fun to do the puzzle game. I don't know if it 100% makes sense. The story that you're uncovering makes sense, largely. I just don't know if the story of the game I'm playing, like my character's role in it and whatnot, makes any sense. But I don't care that much, to be honest. Either way, thanks for watching like always, guys, and I will see you next time.